Hello everyone, and welcome to The Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners, Retribution. And I cannot wait to give this a try. I played and absolutely loved the original when it first came out, and I really can't wait to see just how much they've improved. Because in my opinion, there is no better medium for The Walking Dead than VR. I mean, this is just so cool, being out on the streets at night, fires burning everywhere, illuminating silhouettes in the fog and the smoke, while shambling around in the darkness, emphasizing the danger around every corner. Now, I've been a huge fan of The Walking Dead ever since the show premiered 13 years ago, and since then, I've read the comics, watched the spin-offs, played the games. And so, of course, the original Saints and Sinners was like a day one buy for me, and it did not disappoint. I mean, it was so incredible to finally have that experience of having a walker come at me for the first time, raising my knife, and then suddenly backing away, being so intimidated when there's actually the gnashing teeth and waving arms in front of me. I'm not really looking to make this into a series. I am, after all, just starting Into the Radius. However, I did want to record my first impressions, just because I think it would be pretty cool, and looking around from a horror perspective, it should still be fun. Now, if we load a save game... Okay, so we're not loading our save from the original. So I wonder what it'll choose as its canonical progression. Oh, we can import... Alright, well, I'm not bothering to reinstall the original. I guess we're starting a clean game. Did I do that? Whew.
Well, look at you, Torres. La celebrité on the tip of everyone's tongue. If I'd have known you were gonna cause this much trouble, I'd have kept my mouth shut about the reserve. Maybe all those lives would have been spared. One thing is certain though, misery spread like wildfire, and your name was taken to blame. But what's done, it cannot be undone, no matter how badly you wish it could. You feeling okay, Torres? That thought.
Oh my god. I felt it first. The fact that I felt it first made it so much worse.
What went down at the reserve? But that ain't nothing compared to the hell unleashed upon Old Town. Wonder if we'll ever know who kept them bells ringing for 3 days straight, riling up the horde into a frenzy so savage the living didn't stand a chance. But despite it all, the reserve being a bust, a madman laying waste to Old Town, the tower folks don't seem frazzled. Business as usual. The building even seems a few stories taller, now that Mama finally slaughtered the reclaimed. And no one's heard boo from JB in a long while. Some say he's dead, and I'm more fond of the taller tales, that the devil slithered back to his warm and cozy domain. Of course, someone will always step out of the shadows and make themselves known when there are big shoes to fill, right?
None of the legends were true.
Wonder how Mama's feeling about this noise coming out of the French Quarter. It's only gotta be a matter of time before the tower comes knocking on that preacher's door, right? Are you sure you want to get caught in the middle of that mess, tourist? Maybe you'd be better off paddling back.
What
to
are
the
you?
bayou. Leave Nola behind. Supplies are getting scarcer by the second. The living getting more desperate. And the dead, well, they just keep multiplying. Gonna take nothing short of a miracle to survive what's coming. Of course, you had some people talking like you were a miracle worker. But that's not how it's gone down, has it? I'd say wherever the tourist goes, death ain't far behind.
That was not my fault. None of this was my fault. Okay. My playthrough, I was as honorable as I could be, given everyone trying to kill me.
So, you got one or two of them miracles up your sleeve? Been saving them for the right occasion, maybe? She wants you to know something, tourist. That the darkness has swallowed you. There ain't no use in fighting it, she says. Just surrender. Let it devour you. You best be on your way home now, tourist. Let a dead man rest in peace.
Yeah, just have a moment to resync your mouth, please. You.
One last thing before you go. A bit of advice from beyond the grave. In a time like this, where it seems like the only decisions worth a damn are the ones that save your own ass, well, you best give that a second thought. Payback still exists, my friend. And payback is a whole lot more ornery than a rib-thin rabid dog. Payback is an honest-to-God force of nature.
Whoa! Okay, that was a really, really cool intro. And now all I think is that I want a Walking Dead flume ride at Universal.
Tourist! You alive? Up here! Tourist! You need to stand up!
I am messed up.
That's a lot of blood. We gotta move. Grab your flashlight. On your chest. Let's go.
Right
Left
here?
hand. Floor collapsed and swallowed you up. Dropped you like a fucking rock. Thought you were toast. But get your head clear. We gotta escape this hellhole. Place is swarming. Yo, pick up those blueprints.
Right here?
Can't believe what we went through to get those fucking things. Father Carter better be Hail Marying his ass off when we get back.
Oh!
Fuck!
I don't have a weapon.
Take this!
Oh, I actually caught it. Okay, it actually hasn't noticed me yet. Will this work? Do they respond to sound? They do. Alright. Right here. And as usual... Wow.
We gotta get you up here. Wait.
It actually is quite scary when they're coming at you like that. In full scale.
Shit! They're flooding in! Behind you!
Flooding in? You mean there's gonna be more? Can I put this in, like, my backpack or something? No, I can't even let go of it. There's not gonna be more coming out of here, because I kinda need to keep one direction under control. Oh, this actually is not running very well.
Run, tourist! Get the fuck out of here! Go!
How? thanks for the ammo, I guess. Are you gonna turn? Okay, I can put that back there. It doesn't want to let go when I... Okay, I'm gonna have to change a bunch of settings. Alright, I've gone and changed a couple of things. Hopefully it'll work a little better now. Let's grab some of this ammo. Oh, we can just put that in right here. We're gonna need all we can get. Oh, we get a gun as well. Alright. Bad things coming. Let's try and survive. Use melee where we can. Do not want to make a ruckus. Can we turn our light on? Yes. Alright, let's go. Reach over and grab your right chest pocket to take out the journal. Don't have time for that right now. My hands are kind of full. This gun feels a lot better than in the previous version. Can we still decapitate? That we can. Although it feels wrong since decapitated heads do still remain alive and reanimated. This still isn't running very well. And I got a 3080 in here. Okay, this feels a little better, but it's definitely a bit tougher too as a result. Everything feels more meaty. I have to really fight to pull this thing back out of their heads. White paint indicates climbable surfaces. You're gonna have me climb the bar? There's a ladder over there. May have to, though. Oh, I probably could have taken the stairs, huh? And you, well, maybe we can get creative and save condition. There we are. Alright, now we're ready to do this. Once again, want to save condition, because we're already about halfway through. Come on. Just that little bit farther! Oh, I love how much weightier this feels. And how much nicer the graphics look, even after I turned everything down. Oh, these environments are beautiful. I'll put that away for now, until we really need it. Great cramped, dark back hallways. What even are these blueprints? I haven't had a chance to look. Yep, that's what I thought! Oh god! Go, 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 no! How did I get here? This isn't heaven, is it?
Glad to see you upright, tourist. No broken bones, not even a limp. Thank the Lord. Holland's found you in the bushes unconscious and dragged you here. Looks like you had quite an exit from the hotel.
Sure did.
News to share, I hope.
The good news is that I managed to make it out alive. Bad news.
My friends are dead.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. What happened?
See, I hate these. It happened in This Is the Police, also. I hate it when I'm supposed to be talking about something that happened, and I don't know what it was that happened.
Loomis was a complete mess. Blew off all his ammo in the first few minutes. Hit something volatile. Explosion reduced him to paste and collapsed the floor on us.
I'm shocked. Loomis was one of the strongest and most capable among us. But they all knew the risk, and yet they forged ahead. Brave souls, all of them.
They died for a worthy cause.
I regret that you were put in such danger.
Don't sweat it. I know how to handle myself. We found the blueprints. But honestly, I don't know what good they're gonna do you. You'll never be able to clear that place. You need to rethink your plan.
May I have the blueprints, please?
Sure thing.
That hotel will be our home. We've had a setback, yes, but the blueprints are valuable. It will help us plan our next effort. When the time is right, we will try again. Our faith will deliver us.
So that's what you want? You want to clear that place? I mean, it doesn't seem like it should be all that hard. I mean, that one super dense room notwithstanding.
From what I saw in there, it's gonna be a long wait.
Patience is a virtue.
Gag.
We want what everyone wants. Belonging, community, peace of mind. After the disaster in Old Town, many of my people are living in constant fear. The rumors of a psychopath behind it all have them rattled, thinking everyone outside of my flock could be the perpetrator, an envoy of Satan himself. But the living must band together, not remain divided. And the hotel is our answer.
Psychopath. Maybe that dude with the axe I saw standing on the walkways in the beginning?
You're persistent, I'll give you that. But I'm done arguing about the hotel. We have business to discuss.
Indeed we do. I read the Pawn King's proposal. It's ambitious, but sound. You could tell Sonny I accept, but with certain stipulations. Here, I've outlined them in this letter. Minor tweaks to the agreement that I think he'll find amenable. A trade network for those of us outside the tower walls could ease a lot of suffering.
A preacher with a dash of business savvy. Never thought I'd live to see the day. I'll give him your letter.
My grandfather sold Bibles door to door. I know a bit about the hustle, tourist. Knowing Sonny, he's pacing behind that glass of his, wearing a groove into the floor, waiting for my response. Let him sweat it out for a bit. You clearly need to get some rest. Your weapons and gear are just outside the door. No offense, of course, just a precaution. God bless, and Godspeed, tourist.
Okay. Well, I don't know who you guys are, but I guess I've fallen in with you after I kind of failed to make any friends in the previous game. And now you're all I've got. Yeah, that hotel did look like it would make a good home. If it weren't for the fact that it's structurally unstable after were you not listening to what just happened. Well, since this is kind of my first moment to stop and catch my thoughts for a moment, that opening was truly great. I mean, the pacing was kind of screwed up by the fact that I had to mess around with the options so much, but that's on me for skipping the tutorial. It did say it would be the same tutorial as the first game. It was just full of so much absolutely creepy and disturbing imagery. And yet, in a very simple way, it both recaps for people who played before and explains everything you need to know to newcomers. Not to mention, doing a fantastically creepy job of setting the tone, showing us a flooded city overrun with death, and me being responsible for a lot of it. I wonder if redemption is going to be one of the big themes of this game, given the company we find ourselves in. Wow, these environments are certainly a big step up from the previous one. And no wonder my graphics card is struggling so much with this, but this actually feels like a proper empty city. Here we are. Yeah, we could definitely use this stuff. Now, the previous game actually had a crafting system, yeah, it's still here, in which we could break items down into their base components and use those to craft all kinds of different things. Seems that that's back here. This gun seems to still be in decent shape. Honestly, the nicer handling of these firearms is one of the things I'm most excited for in this sequel. They controlled so badly, but for more human threats, you always want one of these on you. And it sounds like I've got plenty of enemies. So that's the place right there, huh? Maybe not the best idea to camp out directly across the street when that thing contains a herd, right? But look at the way it's so nestled away in here. Huh. I didn't think you'd actually be a thing, but here you are. Okay. We can do this. Come on. No. No. Get that timing right. Thanks for the help. Can we actually walk inside? I mean, hey, logic dictates that if we keep doing this, Project Zomboid rules, they've got to run out eventually, right? I don't think I'm supposed to be going in here this early on. But this doesn't seem like a group should have too much trouble. Where are you coming from? Yeah, this thing's not gonna last too much longer. We have to go. I am gonna try to keep my commentary as spoiler-free as I can for the comics and the shows. However, I may reference characters and such simply because it's impossible for me to help it. When the floods come, these streets become waterways. I imagine this works the same way as before. Yes. Okay, now this is familiar. Oh, the resting place is exactly the same as before, is it? Well then, let's put this away and get looking. Well, it's not exactly the same as before. For some reason, it seems quite a bit darker than I remember. Now, those of you who have played or seen the first game can probably imagine my surprise at finding Henri speaking to me, which was actually the first giveaway that was a dream sequence. But maybe... I actually have to wonder, is he still hanging up over here? Some items are only found at night. Use your UV light to look for some here. Ooh. Ooh. Looks like two people met here, right in the middle. You know, this isn't the easiest thing to do by UV light. That lantern suggests you're a fresh corpse. But I think the beginning basically said that the tower had more or less handled the Reclaimed by this point. No, that's a little more freaky. Who is actually drawing all this stuff? I don't think it was Umbra. Then again, this does look like maybe something she'd do. I just don't remember any of it being here in the first game. And also, apparently there's a kitty somewhere? I want to see a kitty. Now it looks like we actually already have... Oh no, they're not all unlocked. They're just all already here. The judge. Okay, sure, we're calling it that, are we? I, of course, am gonna want one. Oh boy. Has somebody been in my place? The back door is torn open. Huh. No, I guess I've just done a little bit of expansion since then. This is a new crafting table. Unlocks small caliber weapon upgrades. The resting place now extends into the catacombs. Below, you'll find your flask, additional weapons racks, and more space to make your own. You know, that is pretty smart. I mean, sleeping on the bus does leave you quite exposed now that everyone knows I'm here. What can we craft over here now? This is starting to feel like it's really more of an expansion pack than a sequel. Now this unlocks new guns, ammo, and that looks like a chainsaw. Oh, they definitely advertised that one. I feel like they'd actually be a lousy weapon against zombies. Ooh, we actually come equipped preset with an arsenal. We've got bows, a shotgun, and I am definitely going to want to grab a couple of night shifts. These were like my favorite weapon in the original. I mean, I guess from a certain point of view, this place was built for rest. I just hope, since we leave the doors open, that nothing's made its way down here in our absence. Oh, it is starting us off with so much. Wait, that's a crowbar! Huh, I had no idea there were blunt weapons in this game, although from the look of it, it's going to function a lot like a bladed one. I don't think there's ever been any bashing in this game, but all these guns, well, I think these are actually just destroyed frames, but we can break them down for crafting materials. Look at all these candles, and even a potted plant on the table. I love how the tourist has actually kind of like made this into a little Sims project. Hang on, what is this? Ballistic vest system architecture. Huh. I guess we can build our own. Now, speaking of the Sims... Oh yes, we've upgraded our accommodations quite a bit. Although, our preferred sleeping aid has not changed. Off to Dreamland. Tourist, it's time we meet. Find us in the reserve, beneath the church. That's gonna be awkward. In my save, I kind of left the church a flooded mess to save Casey. But I guess it's going with something different. Now, 47 can listen in on the tower as we learned, but it seems that we've lost contact with Casey. And there's other things on, too. Now, it's been a while since I played, but if I remember correctly, in order to get to the church, we'll need to go through the catacombs in this direction. I have always hated walking through here. Somehow I can feel the fact that it's ankle deep in water. Hey, two of them. Okay. Ready, steady. Okay, both of you get in front of each other, and... Nope! Not enough momentum, okay? No! What am I doing wrong? Alright, let's try this the old-fashioned way. Yeah, this combat definitely feels a bit weightier now. More brutal, and it's better for it. But it'll certainly come with a learning period. I really wish I couldn't see an option to get rid of the stupid UI that comes up whenever you lift up a weapon. Because it's going to happen every single time. And it's so ugly and unimmersive. Luckily, we don't have to spend a whole lot of time down here. The stairs should be right here. There we are. Now, hopefully it's not going to be like before, where there's a huge herd just constantly loitering. There it is. Perfectly framed at the end of the street. Its white glow making it look almost ethereal, which kind of serves as sort of a bad omen, given what we now know was under it and all the trouble it led to. See, what I've always loved about The Walking Dead is that it uses a lot of small stories to tell a much bigger story. Where most zombie movies would end with the survivors all being picked up by a helicopter and flown off to somewhere, The Walking Dead sort of tells the story of what would happen after they landed. Not just after they landed, but where will they be a year from now, 10 years from now? And so it's really cool to see how people change and how new societies evolve and how humanity sort of adapts to the new world. Because in The Walking Dead, it's not about trying to put everything back to normal. It's about learning to live in the new normal. I always love pointing this out, but honestly, people said The Walking Dead was realistic, but a year and a half into COVID, we were still trying to tell people that it ain't like it was before. An empty church will never not be eerie, no matter the context. I think the stairwell downstairs was this way? The lack of any dead around here is making this even worse. There we are. There's our secret bunker. Now, for those who don't know, the story of the reserve was this widely circulated legend among the survivors in New Orleans that right before the apocalypse, there was a huge flood and the military brought in a whole bunch of aid resources. But nobody knew where those resources were stored. And so there was a constant hunt for it, and well, here it is, right here. There you are. Huh. I like your hat.
Welcome to the Revolution, tourist. I'm Sable. This is Echo. Barnes is there in the back.
Hi. I cannot stop looking at your face. Alright, what do you want?
Wasn't expecting a crowd.
I couldn't go into details in the note I left. It's all about security. Just meeting with you here is a huge risk for us. Let me explain. We represent a growing faction inside the tower. People fed up with the current leadership. If Nola's gonna remain habitable, the time's come for a change at the top.
So what I'm hearing is that you have a beef with Mama.
You could say that, yeah. Mama's gonna fucking bury us all. Even you.
Relax, Barnes.
You're all tower?
Me and Barnes, yeah. Echo's former reclaimed. There are more of us, about 3 dozen on the inside. And we've got sympathizers among the exiles. But I guess you'd call us the ringleaders.
What's your plan?
A tactical assault on the tower. Coordinated from within. One shot to chop off the head of the snake.
Bold plan. But why? Still haven't heard a good reason.
We have our reasons.
Mama's got every one of us in her sights. No one's safe. Ever since the reserve was a bust, she's been consolidating power. Building up units of heavily armed elite fighters, all loyal to her. Call themselves Eradicators. The way we see it, the only chance to get to Mama is from within. And soon. We eliminate her, the tower can be returned to the people. And Nola survives.
What's Mama scheming?
Something big. If you thought the war with the Reclaimed was a disaster for Nola, that's nothing compared to what she's prepping for now. Fortifying the tower into an impenetrable fortress. We've been ordered to hoard supplies for months, and everyone's on strict rations.
They've got like 3 months of fresh water stored up, easily. Probably more. I've seen it.
And these eradicators, they're all training like there ain't gonna be no tomorrow. They're no joke.
Mama's desperate. With the scale of what she's planning, no one will be spared. This ends with her reigning supreme, or us taking the tower down, once and for all.
Well, seems like you're basically Reclaimed 2.0, only without the creepy skull slant. I'm definitely willing to get in on this, even with this one here. Now look, normally in a situation like this, I would tend towards helping the established group, the one more likely to sustain order. Problem with the tower is they won't take yes for an answer. Even when everything's going great and people want to work with them, they won't let others work with them. As I found out many times in my travels, they just want to be the only ones in town. So let's hear what you have to say.
Do you have the means to pull something like this off?
We're working towards it, yeah. But we're limited in our movements. Have to watch every step. We meet here when we can. What we lack is a reliable asset on the outside while we set the stage. Someone who knows the city and has free reign. Someone who can deliver a counterpunch. Keep Mama off balance.
Bueno, who better than the tourist?
All right, you've convinced me. How can I help?
The tower has their sights set on the radio station in the French Quarter, where JB used to broadcast. We think Mama's planning to use the station to flood the airwaves with propaganda. She's already papering the whole city with her old town conspiracies. They're gonna make their move on the radio station, soon.
Real soon. A daytime operation. We stop Mama from taking the radio station, we slow down the spread of her lies.
And instead, we give the people what they really want to hear. A new take on an old classic. Here. It's JB's last sermon. Hasn't been broadcast yet. Echo found it in an abandoned, reclaimed base.
It's a real firestorm, too. You've never heard JB like this. Out for blood.
We need you to stop the tower from taking over the station and get JB's last hurrah on the air.
Fire and brimstone radio, I like it.
That's gonna piss Mama off.
Guaranteed. But it'll also get the exiles riled up. And we need that.
If we want to inspire an uprising, we can't have Mama polluting the airwaves with bullshit. We get the exiles behind us, then we strike. Barnes is gonna go ahead of you. See what intel she can gather about access to the station. But she can't be seen.
I'll leave you a present in Bird Lounge, down the street from the station.
Before you go, we need a reliable way to communicate. Timing's key, so passing notes ain't gonna cut it. Echo?
Looks good.
These walkies are older than dirt. Broken, pretty much, no voice capabilities. But I figured out how to get the alert signal to work.
I'll reach out to you on the walkie when we need to meet. But you have to beep us back to let us know you're coming. Otherwise, we won't be around. You better get going. We need to roll out soon. Don't forget to grab that beta from Barnes at Bird Lounge. She knows how to exploit the enemy's weakness.
I'm ready. Alright, so what are we doing here? No, that's not what I want. Hang on. You're so rude. Just trying to interrupt me trying to read the map. Now, what did she say? 'Cause we could go straight to the radio station, but she said that she left us some intel somewhere. Optional, head to the Bird Lounge on Bourbon Street to receive Barnes' intel. Okay, so where is that? That looks like it should be just straight ahead. Actually, you know, this is a horror channel. Maybe it would also be a good idea to turn off the sound that indicates that we have company. Or maybe it would be a good idea to just get going. Ah, now that looks like what we saw on the map. I noticed that there were like ladders or bridges or something spanning the streets in some places. Is this actually going to be flooded? No. But it may be necessary to sneak our way through the city. Yeah, this place is going to be crawling with tower, isn't it? Okay, well, I assume you were shooting at Zambonis, which means we're still in the clear for now. Ah, great. All right. I'm getting the hang of this. That note looks important. And it seems, even though they are gone as an organization, the Bone Brigade lingers. Alright, nope. Come on. Grabbed you from the wrong side of the head. Let's go. Let's do this right. Huh. You know, I gotta give it to this game. They've really captured what the city is about. Every time I'm walking through someplace, it just always feels so appropriately spooky. And it's not even because of the zombie apocalypse.
Tourist, did some recon on the best route to the station. Bourbon Street is blocked, no go. 2 ways around it. Head north on St. Peter, then slip through the back patio of the Maison, or south on St. Peter. Cut through Preservation Hall. Bingo, blockade circumvented. Broadcast booth is up on the 3rd floor. As far as I could tell, tower isn't heading up there. Sticking to the ground floor. Weird. No clue what that's all about. Before you roll out, make sure you snag a few goodies I left behind the bar downstairs. Keep it sneaky. Barnes.
Ooh, I like goodies. But what do you mean? Why are they only sticking to the ground floor? They've bothered to take over this building, but they're not using the whole thing? Okay, I would be wary of a potential infestation in that case, something they haven't yet cleared. Or, knowing the Reclaimed, maybe even booby traps. Ooh. Okay, this should be fun. But we've also got to go see what was left for us downstairs. Now, how do we get there? More ammo. Could always use more ammo. And yeah, look at that. These aren't just like impromptu bridges. These were actually probably survivor hideouts for a time. And I guess they still sort of are. Even up here, we're not totally safe. I gotta remember to keep a low profile. Bloody footprints coming up the stairs. But it's just one set. I don't think it was walkers that did this place in. But it doesn't really seem like Tower either. This almost looks like somebody came in and just slaughtered everyone. Yeah, this was definitely a hideout at some point. Look at these barricades facing towards the door. But these look like fortifications meant to defend against people. Cover to shoot at people coming through and trying to force a choke point. Huh. These must be the gifts. Ooh. Look at that. Little homemade shotguns. That's kind of neat. Look, the drum set is still up on the stage. I love how we can see, like, the overlapping layers of this place's history. This was always a strength that the show had, was in the set dressing. able to tell a story through a location. I mean, just imagine seeing the huge crowds and music that would have filled this dark, candlelit, blood-soaked space at one point. And even after the apocalypse, it had some kind of life, but then I think someone, not something, came through and ruined it all. But let's take a moment to have a look at where we're going. So this heads out to the south side of the building. We need to be going north up Bourbon Street to make our way through this tiki-looking thing, I think. Okay. If we're going out onto the street, lights off, we want to limit our visibility. Shotgun comes with us. At least there's some cover. Open streets are what I was really hoping not to see, so these trucks are a huge help. And I really don't like walking down this way, even with the cover, because of all this verticality. Oh, nope. Ah, what was she talking about? There's a barricade here as well, unless there's some other way around. Maybe from upstairs. Maybe we can go through that other building that we saw from the bridge. We'll have to go through something, but at least not the worst of it. Alright, so maybe it is a good idea to come this way after all. There's a lookout over there, but maybe we can stealth this thing. And not a lot of cover in this direction, but we can hide in the buildings as we progress. If that's not an omen, I don't know what is. Also, before we start doing this, I just had a look in the options to try and see, and I could have sworn there was an option to turn off the zombie alert noise. But I guess there isn't. Where are you at? That's right, go inside. Go inside and slip a...
Is something like moving?
Can you not see me? Or are you just not hostile? Oh, well, this is just embarrassing.
Don't hang around too long.
Okay, so I guess there are still people out here who the tower hasn't cleared out. Well, I guess I'm just doing a public service by coming through here then. Man, if you had made even the slightest twitch...
Don't you have anything better to do?
No. This is good, though. If we check our map, we're most of the way up the street, probably around the barricade.
Don't get any ideas.
So if we come down this way, what will we be able to see? Will we be able to get down? Yeah, that alleyway leads straight out, and... it would seem this place is not at all friendly to the tower. What did this?
We took the tower together. You faced the rotten teeth of death alone. From this burden, we are freed.
Who are you? I don't recognize that voice, but, is it something I should be concerned about? I don't know if this is the work of the Reclaimed, like I previously assumed. I just love that. I love how the presence of these antagonists is just constantly felt, because they're literally looming over you the entire game. Alright, here we go. So that's the thing about zombies, once you know what you're doing, is that they're only a threat as a modifier in other circumstances. There's literally nowhere you could have come from. Okay, variety's the spice of life. Oh! Oh, look, your head's all caved in and everything. Blunt weapons appreciated. And look how, like, soaked we all are. Oh, she is a vampire bat. But let's save some for the tower, right? The knife is the pragmatic option. Anybody else? Yeah, I think that over there is the first barricade that we were going to run into when we moved up the street. Which means that we are probably going the right way. What's our map say? Yep. If we move up ahead, we should be able to find that tiki thing on the map. By the way, into the radius, take note. There's us switching weapons between hands. Oh, who do you see? Yeah, this is probably the tiki thing. And there's the guard. Can we slip through here? Now we're in enemy territory, so we've got to be a bit more careful. Doesn't get us quite through, and you almost spotted me. What have we got upstairs? I've talked about it before, but I really appreciate cramped, tight environments in VR. Makes it so much more personal and plays to the strengths. Of course, you can play to the strengths a little less. Stop putting me at head level with rats, please. But I can't see any way through from up here either. If we can slip out the front door and to the right, maybe we can get into the alley behind the place? Alright, we're gonna kill our light when we get outside then, and go back into super sneaky mode. And a distraction is always a good thing, so let's make this quick. Out and around, there we go. Question is, now what? Yeah, we're not going to be able to get through that. But we can climb up this wall. Alright. Yep. Yep. But now what are we doing? We have circumvented the barricade, but we're still not in the radio station. There's a bridge going up there. That should probably be our way in. We gotta get to the roof of this building. I love this. I love all this, like, sneaking around, and I feel like that's always been the strength of Saints and Sinners. And it's so genius because it plays to the strengths of The Walking Dead. Oh, no. They are in here. They are here. See, the thing about The Walking Dead is that it's all about choices, and how those choices cause people and places to evolve over time. I mean, that's the whole appeal, is seeing what paths different people will be led down, and the what-ifs to consider. This game is actually very good about that because it gives you not only choices in terms of who you're going to support, but in terms of how you're going to go about accomplishing your objectives. And the how is sometimes as important, if not more so, than the what. Oh, come on, no. No, oh, great, I'm spotted. Okay, it's a fight now. Nope.
Who's there?
Yep. Nope. What about you? Lucille has claimed her first best... I mean, the judge. Not too bright, are you? Let's sneak up. Oh, you're gonna find your friend. You have found your friend, and... Howdy. It wouldn't be a VR game without jank, would it? That was like a certified Bugs Bunny moment. Alright, let's see about getting up here then. Nope. We're starting to get company. Alright, let's see about getting up here. Okay. You know, I'd love to stay in chat, but I really don't want to mess with the weapon condition. That's those two dealt with for now, so they don't seem to have responded to the couple of gunshots that rang out. This has got to be it. There's just something special about walking over a rickety bridge, looking at the gnashing teeth waiting for me below. But if the objective indicator is anything to go by, that's probably us inside. Confirm? Yes. Let's take it slow. We have no idea what we're going to find in here. Now, this is the second floor. The intel said that for some reason the tower seemed to be sticking to the first only.
Always with the questions. Can't you just keep your mouth shut and toe the fucking line? We're fed, we have a place to sleep. As long as that ain't going away, I could give two shits about why the tower does anything.
That's what it comes down to, huh? Oh, Dexter's Electric Co., huh? You guys got yourself a generator? I guess that explains how this place is able to keep running. Okay, this might prove to be a problem. If this place really is infested, if we fire a shot, it's gonna start raining men. Yep, walkers inside. Alright. Right here now. Let's see if we can do this without grabbing. See, there's a trick to it. There's like a specific movement that the game wants from you. It's not just about moving fast. As always, the scale of these doors is completely off. Oh. But those holes in the ground will probably lead to the first floor. These must be the former occupiers of the building. Gone, but not turned, which means they died from head injuries, right? Yeah, I'm not a fan of all these holes in the floors and ceilings. I can hear that generator running. Okay, stairwell in the corner here. Are we meant to be heading to the third floor, maybe? And an elevator shaft right here, which, Oh no, we actually can't jump down in a pinch because the elevator is stopped on the first floor. That is some very cartoony-looking blood. You graphics guys, sure you don't want to give that another pass? Okay, so we've encountered one zombie. I've still yet to see what it is that's actually stopping them from coming up here. Now's a really bad time to question if the enemy can see our light, but that looks like the kind of hallway that as we progress into the darkness might contain a herd that'll chase us back down the same way while we struggle to get over obstacles. Ooh. Look at all this equipment. Is this what we're looking for? Nothing seems to be interactable, or at least nothing's giving me a prompt. But maybe these holes can actually help us out. I mean, once we start playing JB's broadcast, they're probably going to want to come up here to stop me, right? And being able to look down from above will be quite an advantage. Really? I can't push it open with the gun? Huh. So this is what we're playing, huh? This is what the tower chooses to do with its new control to station, unless they just haven't been up here yet. But this doesn't really seem like they're acclaimed either. Well, let's grab that disc.
People of New Orleans, I come to you tonight with a tale of woe, a premonition.
Great. Is that generator out there not working out for you guys? Oh, great. But this is great. You know, what we've just done only further serves to enhance the mythos that JB had built. His ghosts speaking from beyond the grave, transmitting over the airwaves for all to hear. Oh, look at the bloody remains of your face. Seems they've enhanced the gore quite a bit in this iteration. Anybody else out here? I don't hear any footsteps either over this music. Let's load up another shell and get out there. Great. Okay, the spread's way too much for me to hit you all the way over there. If you could just come to me, please. Oh, unless... Hang on. Shotgun, you wait there. Hope you're loaded. What is this, like a Mac 10 or something? Don't know why it was just sitting on the seat, but I'll take it. Oh, man, I actually took quite a beating during that. And don't forget... why is my controller doing this? I can't turn right! Okay, so... quite a predicament it's putting us into. But now we've lost our backpack. We gotta run. And get back there as quickly as we can. One thing I really, really always disliked about Survival Instinct... I mean, not Survival Instinct, Saints and Sinners... is the inability... to just manually save. Because this whole, like, your deaths are canon thing is super immersion breaking. Might as well grab this while we're here. Okay, so it seems like I've lost the contents of the backpack, which is quite a problem. But I have kept everything else, everything that was immediately on me. I do have Lucille. And right now, she is thirsty. There we go. And with any luck, we can just climb up and over. Come on. Howdy. Goodbye. We are going to need some stamina, more than we need health right now. I don't remember if there's a time limit, but we gotta retrieve that bag post-haste.
Oh yeah, this should be fun.
Where you at? I mean, I'm fine with this thing you do where you announce your position. Good shot. But I'm already starting to get hurt some more. We gotta make our way back to the 3rd floor, and since we've gone loud, maybe we can do some more like this. No, I'm gonna lose more health than it's worth trying to do that. I need to get to the health in my backpack. I don't know what it is. For some reason, like when I try to turn the gun, like it's like when I try to aim at somebody, it just won't turn that last bit of the way that I need to aim. I don't know why it's doing that, but it's really causing me a lot of problems. I mean, that's kind of the idea. All right, where are you at? That should be all our stuff, which will allow us to heal. There we go. Now, where's that bandage? I know we have some. There we are. Oh, what a relief it is. Now, SMG, as much as I had some problems with you a second ago and your apparent inability to aim left, yeah, the two-handed side of this is not working too well. I'm unfortunately kind of required in this situation to give you another chance, so now's your chance to prove yourself. Come on now.
You must be so stupid showing your face around here.
There we go. Off to a good start, SMG. But now we've got to work our way down to that 1st floor. Actually, I mean, I did say those holes could provide us an advantage. Why don't we put that to the test? Get the drop on them. Literally. Nice! Okay, let's reload. I don't know how many rounds this mag holds, but we've got to keep topping off. Back this way. Is that a person or not? I can't tell. Nope. Not the brightest star. That's a grenade. Not a live grenade, right? But, maybe we can use it. Come on. Come on. I can't reach it. There's at least one more out here. Maybe we can flank around?
Some people...
Who else? And the dead are pouring in. Okay. Okay. Were you hit in the head? No, I don't think you were. Alright, well, what that means, if we don't want company, I guess we gotta do that. I really like that they've included that feature. I mean, it's such an iconic part of the Walking Dead universe. A map of the city. 429. Okay, well, maybe Sable will be able to make more sense of this than I will. In the meantime, let's go track down whoever was out here. And the Jenny's gone. They must have pulled it. The tower stole that generator with a semi-truck. What are they up to? Huh, maybe they're not even interested in the radio station. I mean, surely they've got their own stuff. Electrical's fried and the building's dead without that generator. Well, so much for this.
We're at the spot, tourist. If you can hear this, beep us back.
Right. How do I do that? Oh, hey! It's the guy I shot making my way up here. Hang on, let me just reach in my bag of goodies. Alright, now this is more like it. Can we actually do something with this radio? Nope, we can break it down for hardly anything, but that's it. Alright, let's start making our way out of here. I think the best bet will probably be to go out the way we came in. Because presumably, inside of here we'll be fairly safe. How spooky is that? The one lone zombie under the shade of the tree, shambling. I think that's part of the reason I'm so predisposed to liking The Walking Dead. It's just such a wide range of scenarios, sure. And I just love zombie imagery. But we've got to get a move on. Pretty soon there'll be a huge herd coming down upon us, courtesy of the tower. We've still got some stragglers, huh? Looks like the Reclaimed did at least put up a fight. Oh, you're not expecting anything to come from behind, though, are you? Then again, may still be an issue. We're on our way out. We can afford to be loud. Whole bunch of you, though. Oh, come on. Where are you at? Back there? Think fast! One. How's our condition? Not great, but we should have enough to get through here. Come on. That never, ever gets old. But there's a whole lot occupying this street right now. Any more? Come on, let's try it this way. There's the bar. Anybody else? I'd say I've gotten pretty decent at this. Here we are. But seems our tail is still here. Okay, let's use something a little more suited to the job. We've got time. Yeah, gunplay certainly a lot better than it was before. Although still not perfect. Ah, screw it. Yeah. Tell you what, since we have to go visit Sable, why don't we try out something we haven't before? Howdy ho! Said howdy ho! Howdy ho, come on. Wow, this thing really wants you to be specific with the aim. What's spookier than a creepy abandoned church? A creepy abandoned church at night. Especially when it's the only thing on the block that's seemingly still lit up. So, good news and bad news. Oh, don't you try and slip into position to look all cool as soon as I round the corner. Anyway, as I was saying, good news and bad news. The bad news is I wasn't able to get your broadcast out, or not more than the first few seconds anyway. Good news, I might have just killed like half the tower anyway.
Listening on the radio. Nothing but a bunch of dead air. What happened?
Yeah, well, here's the deal.
Sorry about that. I don't have any formal training as a DJ. Turns out the tower doesn't give a shit about commanding the airwaves. They were there for a generator. Loaded it up and got away before I could stop them.
A generator? Why would they want that? We got all the power we need at the compound.
It's true. The tower doesn't use a ton of electricity. What they need, they get from solar.
You are getting freakier by the minute.
Which is, like, very limited.
So, what the hell's going on here?
Beats me.
Fucking mama. Always one step ahead.
Damn. I was really looking forward to people hearing JB raging again. We gotta find a way to get it on air.
Don't worry. It'll get out there. We can't let this derail our plan. So, you got anything else to report, tourist?
Found a cool map. It's got some scribbles on it.
Can't be that cool. Let me see it. It's a tower map. I recognize the patrol routes. Looks like it lays out some exile locations in different parts of the city. Maybe they're encampments, fortifications.
Mama's not gonna tolerate a priest organizing a bunch of exiles. She's coming for them, and they gotta get ready.
Thank you, tourist. This is useful. We'll be in touch again when we figure out our next move. In the meantime, keep yourself safe.
Oh, I intend to.
Safe. Every day is a hell ride. But I like it that way.
So, we weren't able to accomplish that objective. Although we may have made some new potential connections for the future. But I'm not one to go home empty-handed. Always a funny thing when the flooded streets are the peaceful part of town. But let's get going. I'm pretty sure I recognize this as a place from the base game. Yep. Literally just a pawn shop owner. Hope you don't mind if I help myself to the stuff that you haven't locked behind a cage.
We've been staring at that door for hours hoping you'd come through it. Damn good to see you.
Hey.
What's the matter? The priest put you in a bad mood? He can be a pushy son of a bitch.
Sounds familiar.
Can it, Dez? What did Father Carter have to say?
Was she bit at some point?
He's in. He did have a few stipulations. He gave me a letter to give to you.
That son of a bitch. All right, put it in the drawer. Man of God, my ass. He's a wolf, this guy. Shifty, but fuck it. He can have it his way. With the preacher bringing his exiles to the table, we will have people in every corner of this city. There's a whole lot of demand out there, tourists, and everybody in NOLA's gonna know that the Pond King always delivers.
It doesn't sound as cool as you think.
Keep quiet, Dez. I'm doing business with the tourists. You'll get your cut once the goods start flowing through here from our exile friends. With everybody still dazed from the shitstorm in Old Town and the reserve fiasco, this trade network is the perfect plan at the perfect time. Supplies have never been harder to come by.
Why the supply shortage?
Gotta think the reserve had something to do with it. Everybody had it in their heads that there was this buried treasure out there, and they all broke their necks trying to find it. Then, poof, it evaporates into thin air, and all those folks who were depending on it gotta find another way to feed themselves. Now, some people might see that as a crisis, I see it as an opportunity.
Another sign that we're all fucked.
You need to shift your attitude, kid.
Just make sure my cut is substantial, Sonny. Then we won't have a problem.
I'll tell you what I tell all my associates. I haven't operated this fine establishment for 28 years, through a fucking apocalypse even, by breaking my promises. You've got my word, and my word is good as solid gold.
It's true. He does say that to everybody.
That's enough, Dez. One thing you gotta know about the exiles, they're like catfish, night feeders. So you'll need to venture out after dark to do business with them. Work that UV flashlight to find where they've set up shop. It's a whole different ballgame at night. But the exiles say it's the best time to scavenge. Less competition, lots more loot.
Interesting. That actually adds a whole different dimension to the gameplay, one you actually couldn't explore in the base game.
I'm not scared of the dark. I dig it. Soothes me.
Okay, Dracula. Just giving you a heads up. Listen, while you're here, I got a favor to ask you. It would help the trade network out a whole lot. Our old friend Henri, he had stuff hidden all over this town. He was like a fucking squirrel. Couple of nuts here, couple of nuts there. Most of it I could care less. But he and I were in the middle of a deal for one of those stashes, and then he got himself dead. I happen to know where he hid it. You can keep whatever else you find, but the batteries, those belong to me.
You expect me to risk my ass for 9 volts?
It may seem trivial to you, I know, but the whole trade network relies on batteries to keep in touch. I know more than a few exiles who would gladly exchange their firstborn for one damn 9-volt.
Fine. I'll fetch your damn batteries.
So it sounds like we got us a deal then. The spot ain't too far from here. An old recording studio in the French Quarter. Lots of fond memories. Henri and I used to do session gigs there. Him on slide, me on bass. We even played with Slim Dog Fortune once, if you can believe that.
You knew Slim Dog?
I most certainly did. Not like Henri. Those two played together for years. But I spent enough time with the legend to know how special his talent was. Back in the day, after Slim Dog met his maker, Henri would always be boasting about how Slim Dog told him he was the best slide player he'd ever seen. Even better than Slim Dog himself. Oh man, I miss that fool Henri. And he could play, there is truth to that. But better than Slim Dog? Come on now. The cat who owned the recording studio was a lunatic, Martinique the Martian Driscoll. He was a bit on the paranoid side, thinking everyone was out to steal from him. Didn't trust us musician types as far as he could throw us out the front door. He was always switching the door code, sometimes every other day.
Where do I find the code?
The Martian was something of a ladies' man. Had a dalliance with a different lady every week. So he set himself up with a private suite at the Hotel Eclair. Every time he changed the door code to the studio, he'd leave it there for whoever he had coming around. You find room 212, you find the code.
So, we are going back to the hotel so soon.
I was just at the Hotel Eclair. Place is infested.
One last thing. We're not gonna be keeping regular business hours from here on out. Security reasons. I'm sure you get it. We'll shout out on the radio when the doors are open, so stay tuned in. Good luck to you, tourists.
Well, seems we have a bit of an unexpected objective. But one that I'm kind of eager to go back and face. Oh wow, these streets are infested. What better time to try out our new weapon? Why am I suddenly so short? I feel like everything's towering over me. Okay, no you don't. Let's put you in front of me. Oh, I absolutely adore how much meatier this feels. Alright, come on now. You know, after that conversation with the king, I have to point out, I really enjoy how much more depth they're adding to these characters in this one. I mean, I just love the idea of the loudmouth, like, smooth-talking pawn shop owner, and his relationship with the soft-spoken and Nevertheless, apparently quite privately vicious priest. Yep. Sure. Might as well use something like this to clear off any stragglers and save ourselves some condition while we're at it. Now, let's have a look, because this actually doesn't look familiar. Did I come to the right place? I mean, that certainly looks big enough to be the hotel, but... Oh, we haven't been here before. Look at this. Oh, these streets are so detailed and expansive. Now, I'm not sure if it's just starting us off on a different side, but... if the map really is different, then I'm assuming we don't have any kind of safe haven here, and that maybe Sonny and pals have vacated the premises, quite smartly to be honest. That looks like an open door over there. Yeah, they're just out and about on the streets, no longer contained to just the building, and it looks from that door like they might have broken their way out on their own. Alright, bud, right here. I'm not scared, you're scared. Oh god, this place is so creepy. And you know, even though this place didn't really live up to the hype of what everyone else said it was, in terms of danger, maybe that's about to change, because it nonetheless feels really threatening being back here. Okay, screwdriver, time to earn your keep. Okay, that's 2. However many hundreds to go, if what they've told us is anything to go by. Oh, I think this might actually be where we fell through the floor in the beginning. I mean, all these rooms look the same, I'm sure, but how many have that exact damage? So here's the courtyard. We're looking for room 212, so presumably that's on the 2nd floor, right? Alright, come on, boyo. Yep. Come on. Okay, well, we ended up on the 2nd floor in the tutorial, right? So, let's just retrace our steps. We busted out through here, right? We ran down the hall. Okay, I think that was upstairs, you know, up on the 2nd floor where I'm going. Awesome. The worst part about this isn't the zombies, it's... well, the zombies, but hearing them rather than seeing them. But then again, the worst part will probably be seeing them when we see them. Oh god, these rats just keep on getting me. So what did we do? We went upstairs. Oh, this place is so creepy. All the chairs set out. An invisible audience for a show that will never play. All this just still for who knows how long, except for all the shambling figures that come through here on a daily basis. You stay right where you are, will you? Oh, what an absolutely gorgeous place this once was. I wonder what famous people sat right here playing this piano. Here's that front entrance. And here's the greeter. Yeah, I've already got a room, thank you. Now, how are we getting up here? And more importantly, will our map actually show us about where we're going? No, makes sense. The whole interior of this place is just an information black hole. As opposed to, in some areas, a literal black hole. Maybe we can take that stairwell up to the balcony. Oh, this one's blocked off, as is that one. And it seems the pond is full. They've really been slacking on their maintenance duties. Maybe this one here? This one we can climb. Alright, let's be at the ready. The more they talk about how this place is infested, and the less I see it, the more nervous I become walking through here. Just wondering what corner they're all around. I mean, it didn't seem like much when we were here the first time, and then that door burst open at the last minute. .205, we're getting close. Now there's an image for you. Are these the remains of the team we came in with? Alright, no time for this. We've got to head the other way. Less time we spend here, the better. 205. 206. We're going the right way. I really don't like how silent it is. Their tower. Wait, what are these things beside them? Ah, light hooked up to a battery. Oh, look at that. The one shambling, swaying figure silhouetted in the light. Let's have at it. Here's... Whoop! Oh, come on. Here's Johnny. You ruined my thing because the hitboxes on this thing are so particular. Either we're not the first to try and take this place, or maybe they had something to do with why it went wrong. This is it right here. Well, that's a bit of an anticlimax, but one I can't say I'm sorry for. 6670. There's our code. That's all scavenging is, sifting through somebody else's memories. Alright, I'd like a do-over at my Jack Torrance impression. There we go. I knew I'd get it eventually with practice. You guys... Thanks, you make for a great backdrop. Courtyard's really filling up now. Come on. Come on. You see the issues with this thing? Come on now. You just won't let me do a head shop with this thing, will ya? It's always got to be straight down. Now, if I'm correct, we should be able to reach this place by going out the back through here, where I don't think we've been just yet. There we go. Never get tired of how their heads just cleave in half like that. I'm the Axeman. Now, this should be it right here. You know, I've been talking about what it would be like to see these places so lively, but... well, with the photograph we saw in the room, we actually got to see how it's changed. how it's been left, and who the current patrons and clientele are. I'd like it to just be me. Alright. 6, 6. Come on. Alright. 6, 6, 7, 0. There we are. And given that it's been locked all this time, I'd say it's pretty unlikely to have any company inside, though that may now change. Though not if I have anything to say about it. Now, where's the stash? Even with the flashlight, it's so dark and dusty in here. And it looks like somebody's been crawling around through the walls. Maybe I'm not the first to visit. Nope, certainly not. Okay, it is raining men. I knew it would happen eventually! Come on. Come on! Come on! Alright, file through, come on. Single file. That's how we're gonna do it. One at a time. Who else? You, who came through the ceiling. Ugh, that wasn't as cool as I was hoping. Hang on, let me try again. There we go. Thank you for your cooperation. Now, where are you keeping your loot? You're a fresh turn, actually. So that means there's gotta be another way in somewhere. Unless you crawled in through the roof, which I don't find very likely. All I can think is that maybe they barricaded themselves in here and died and turned for whatever reason, but... Why would that be the case? You're still falling through the floors. Oh, you're one of the grody ones. Okay, get back there. How's our stamina? Not great. If you could just climb back. We actually have to put our skills to the test now. Okay. Was kind of hoping you guys wouldn't be in this version, since you're kind of the worst part of the game, but... you took my knife with you? But these ones will actually make you sick and cause you to lose stats if you kill them too close to yourself. We're in need of a new weapon. Okay, note to self, try not to fall. But we're not climbing up here. Oh no. Oh no, I've just seen what it is you want me to do. Great. Okay, let's make this quick, because we're losing stamina while we do this. Okay, try not to look down, try not to look down, try not to look down. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Yeah, we really have to maintain our height advantage for this to work. Oh, it's so dark, so dark, so dark. And so many ways for us to lose our footing and end up down in the pit below. Worn photo. Well, I suppose a souvenir is the least we can take away from this. Yep, how did I know? How did I know we'd be forced? Okay, you ready? You ready. Me potentially not ready. Oh, here we go.
In the flesh.
What are you? Stop being dramatic, flickering light. You're the guy we saw walking over the bridge in the opening.
Who the fuck are you?
I am Garrick.
Who?
You haven't given me much thought.
You're wearing intestines.
But I have been thinking a lot about you. You're not as I expected.
Is that right? What did you expect?
A human wrecking ball.
I'd go with force of nature. But that might be overdoing it.
No one told me you had a sense of humor.
So you've heard a lot about me, but I don't know anything about you.
I persuaded the Bone King to set this up.
What?
I suspected you wouldn't meet with me otherwise. You knew my wife, May. And I need to speak with you about her.
May?
I knew May.
I appreciate your honesty. Most people will lie when they find themselves cornered. Perhaps you have heard the tales about me. That I am mad, a cannibal. The tower convinced May I was executed for my supposed crimes. A burning pile of lies. The perpetrators, all of them, will pay. And their numbers are dwindling. Rapidly. You were the last to see May alive. You know her fate.
So about that.
Last I saw her, she was alive.
Alive? You expect me to believe that?
Look, if she's dead, I'm sorry. I had nothing to do with it.
Why?
Lies exactly as I suspected. But the truth no longer matters. My decision has been made. You will face retribution.
There's the title.
Shit happens to people all the time. Innocent people. It's not fair, but it's the fucked up world we live in.
I'm grateful we had the chance to speak, tourist. To put a face to a name. Our paths will cross again. That shiver you feel will be my breath on your neck. That knot in your stomach. My footsteps drawing near. That screaming nightmare. The sound of my voice. You will know the dread you have wrought upon my family. And then, when I have seen enough of your suffering, you will face the truth of your depravity. For now, I will let you live. But only for as long as it amuses me.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay. Come on. Die. 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 Run. Just run. Just forget it. Forget it. Just run. Just run. Forget this. Oh, I'm out of stamina. Move, move, move. Come on. Need you to come back now. Need you to not break. Oh my God. Okay, what a first encounter. All right, I'm gonna have a lot to say about that, but for now, we really have to get moving. What do I have? What do I have to help myself with? We need to. I think I dropped the gun. All right, another blade, and might as well go guns out, right? Where are we going? Up and over the dumpster? There's gonna be more waiting for me, I think, including maybe a giant axe-wielding maniac. This was a bad time for me to boast of being the Axeman. Alright, we don't know where that guy went, but he could be anywhere, so we just gotta keep moving and understand that we're not safe. Oh my god. Oh, I'm shaking. Okay, that was really, really cool. I don't know if I should start talking about it now or if I should wait until we're back at the resting place, but... Okay, I know I didn't record my playthrough of the original game. I mean, the channel wasn't really a thing yet, but I got a confession to make. So, I shot May. Right in the face. Now, I had a good reason. She was literally about to not only get dozens of people killed, but also, you know, among them me and my potential boyfriend, Casey. Unfortunately, things didn't work out in that regard, but the point is, she was crazy, and I sympathized with her. I was helping her, but in the end, I did what I had to do. But I don't think that's going to make any difference to him. And that rat the Pawn King set this up. I'm gonna have words for him. Alright. There's more to be said, but I'll do them... I'll say it when they're not bearing down on me. In the meantime, we need to get out of here. I came into this with my doubts, given the game's initial reviews, but as far as I can tell, Saints and Sinners... Retribution... is better than its predecessor in every single way. In terms of gameplay, in graphics, in weightiness, in immersion, and above all, in scariness. Oh my god. Now, I had heard about this character, and given the way the story was told in the original, I thought it was just going to be some kind of gimmick. But everything about the storytelling seems so much deeper, and so much more personal, and so much more integrated with the gameplay. Where I had gotten used to the DLC for the previous one, which I never finished, it just amounted to fetch quests. Here, we are very much a part of the story being told. I wish I still had the other game installed to integrate my save to see what would be different, but... that was a heart attack and a half all its own. I need to talk about that introduction because it is so cool from a horror perspective. We're introduced to this character, a jump scare after achieving our goal, after wading through this, like, terrifyingly precarious situation, having us climb over the pit of walkers below. And then, when we do meet this guy... separated by glass, feeling that he probably won't hurt us, but knowing that if he wanted to, there's very little to stop this absolute meat truck from coming after us. And at first, we have this conversation, and he seems like, despite his appearance, he can be reasonable. He's not this raving lunatic, although there's definitely a few screws loose, although... I guess those intestines would have the practical effect of acting as a gut suit and keeping the walkers away. And that all just has the effect of keeping us guessing, like this guy could go either way. He seems like he's gonna work with us at first. And then we realize that he's not going to, in the same moment that we realize he's not some unhinged lunatic coming after us for no reason. We actually are guilty of the thing he's accusing us of. And that is quite a realization to have, especially since we, as the player, realize what he's getting at even before we have to tell him ourselves. And then, right at the height of that tense scene, when we feel like this giant is gonna leap through the window and come at us with this axe, he gives us relief in acting like he's gonna leave, and then throws us right into the deep end of a pool that's full of gnashing teeth and waving arms instead of water. And like I said, I'm probably not going to be playing this as a series. I'm probably going to be playing it mostly on my own time, unless you want. I mean, let me know, because maybe I could save this for a little while, and maybe even do this concurrently with Into the Radius. But if you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more creepy and comfy content. If you have any ideas for other videos you think I should do, the best place to suggest that will be at the Discord, which I will link in the description. If you want to try this game out for yourself, that link will also be in the description. If you want to support me on Patreon, that link will be in the description. And as always, I will see you in the next one. My spine is still shaking.